So much has just happened for me to try to record this video. I was in the dark, did not like what came out in the dark. That could be a message for somebody. Was not liking the little creepy crawlers that came out in the dark. I'm not used to this shit. I just dissected my entire space. So this may be one of the last videos you see like this because I don't know how much longer I'll be in this space. Um, But yeah, I've already shuffled. I shuffled in the video before everything went to shit. Like I shuffled in the video before. Um, and yeah, so I haven't pulled yet. I just have pre-shuffled this deck for this first pile. In today's pick a card reading, oh my God, can you see that? Let me tighten that. In today's pick a card reading, we'll be doing what messages, not if any, because Spirit has messages for you, because that's for piles. We'll be doing what messages Spirit has for you right now. So, um, I'm lighting a double incense, like, and setting the intention that this protects my space and protects my peace. I do not like how angry I just got. Like, I was so frustrated by what just happened, but whatever. Also, I usually record these videos with like my Spotify like songs playing in the background. Um, and right now I just have two DJ sets queued up. It's 454. It's his elevator music and his lot radio DJ set. So I don't know if they'll get copyrighted if it's already on YouTube. Like this is just his DJ set because I can listen to it on repeat for hours and it makes me feel good. So, like I said, I've shuffled. I have the cards ready. Um, I forget what I was saying in the other video, but I don't really think it matters too much. I'm just ready to get into it. So, like I said, these are what messages Spirit has for you. If you chose this clover card, number 2 or 6 could be significant. This is a 4-leaf clover. This reading is for you. So let's get into it. So what does the clover mean? It says short-term luck, good possibilities. Wait, good, yep, good possibilities and opportunities, a small windfall. So luck is turning in your favor, pile 1. Yeah, I guess the short I don't because they're Leonard cards, I kind of have to stick to what exactly the definition because it kind of applies to the right now. So I think you can expect your situation to turn around fairly, very quickly, if it hasn't already. If you're in a situation that could use some luck, like this is giving candle magic that has worked. This is giving a good deed, good karma, good deed coming back. Not that whole no good deed comes unpunished. It's like expat. It's something, just a little offering and blessing from spirit. So, I've only cut, I haven't done mine. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Okay, so now it's really at the bottom of the deck, the Prince of Wands. Okay, that's good energy. So, Spirit, tell me what you need the pile 1 to know. What messages do you have for pile 1? Oh, wow, that's so cool. Um, oh, it's an offering, just so you know. I think I do 2 rows. Yeah, I do 2 rows. I haven't done a pick a card, it feels like in forever. So, oh, this is phenomenal. Oh, this has changed my whole energy. I'm so glad that I'm reading for pile 1 right now. I needed this. I needed to see this. Hold on, let me move this out the way. Let's get into all of this amazing. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's what I was just saying. Okay. With the Prince of Wands at the bottom of the deck, it's I don't know why I'm hearing like creative pursuits, but let me do something real quick because I'm drawing a blank right now on my Prince of Wands. Like the Knight of Wands came out, and that's just kind of, oh shit. Again, I really appreciate your patience with me. I'm super excited. Like I would stick around here to this because this is good. I just want to read this Prince of Wands through their perspective because I think that they're fun. Here we go. Pull it up. Is it queen then princess or queen then prince? No, it's queen and prince. The airy aspect of fire, intensity, blossoming love, intuitive, creative, out of the darkness into the light. It says, you have all you need. Don't let yourself be contained. Don't let yourself be slowed down. Life is prepared to receive you. Trust your boundless creative potential. Yeah, I love life and life loves me. I think that Pile One, you've had a huge confidence boost recently. Um, I don't know. In it for me, for some who've chosen Pile One, it feels like successful magic. I have to say, like this smells like a spell that is working like really well. So if that resonates, do that, farm it. Do it until you max out your XP on that. Um, but yeah, like you've gotten a really big confidence boost that has allowed you to express your creativity in ways unique to you. And that seems like something that you've struggled with for a long time. As I'm seeing here, because what the frick is this? Anyway, yeah, I'm seeing that because what comes out for the situation is the Ten of Swords and the Sun. So all that's the worst that has happened, and now you're on to brighter days. Like there's nothing else bad that can happen. Like there's nothing holding you back. I'm looking right now. I looked up, it says nothing can hinder or limit this creative flow. Like you are in a position, and they said small windfall, short-term luck. What I feel like any type of um any type of descriptor for the size that I'm resonating with this card, the Clover card, is time. Like your time is here. Like it is, you're about to quickly see some changes. Your luck change for the better. You have received, I don't know, like all the work that you put in over the years and showed up for yourself in spite of all of the people hating on you, in spite of all of the reasons to hate yourself. Not that you have any reasons to hate yourself, but you know how it goes. You're finally seeing. I don't like to say about because what it looks like is you're seeing the fruits of your labor, but maybe what you're not expecting and what spirit wants you to know is that something super amazingly wonderful, beautiful, safe, transformative, almost intoxicating. Because it's such a contrast to, they're similar, but it's such a contrast to this ruin card that it could almost be super blinding, like super illuminating, if you've been used to shunning away and hiding in the dark from what's around you, right? So, in the what it's not, we have the Knight of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. So maybe you are looking to manifest a certain amount of money. Maybe you're looking to manifest a certain something. Like you have an idea of how this this blessing should come in for you. This blessing could come in for you. And you might be attached to that idea. And because that idea hasn't manifested, you might have either subconsciously or consciously shied away from believing that everything is working out in your favor or that you're lucky or you have access to luck. I don't know which video it was, but I don't even think I've ever posted it actually. I was talking about self-initiation, and I had a guy tell me that on this journey of self initiation and so conscious awareness that luck is acquired. It's not something that you have to be born with, or it's not like you can get lucky through magic, which is what I'm seeing here, but it's also something that is acquired through confidently walking your creative path, like your aligned path of creativity and co-creation with the divine. It's just like I forget what they're called in games, but it's kind of like a background boost. It just happens. The more you This is my one of my favorite parts of the mix. Yeah, it just happens when you walk on this path. And so with this Knight of Wands and Six of Pentacles, I'm also saying that it's not like the fact that the Six of Pentacles, this is the Six of Discs is clarifying this Knight of Wands. It's not slow moving. Um, Knights are totally fast, but in this deck, the princes are faster. So it's like this knight in this Six of Pentacles. It's not like slow to pick up. It's something that it's not like you know, on one hand, for some of you, I'm seeing that maybe you've been thinking that this luck or this manifestation is going to be, for example, given to you by somebody like on the street, which can still happen, but it's how it happens and what it is not what you're thinking. Um, it is coming across as a spiritual offering. It is coming across as something that changes your world because you have the Four of Cups clarified by the universe. So this is the Four of Cups luxury in this deck. And I think I'm going to read what they say this Four of Cups is, because usually Four of Cups is a card of boredom. The Four of Cups can be like sometimes crying, not crying over spilled milk, or like having so much that you can't really see what's around you. But for you, Paul One, I think that's a good thing. I think that's what Spirit is saying. Like you're about to have so much that it may be hard to discern all that you have at once, right? So let's get into it some more. We have luxury. Love, tenderness, care, emotional riches. You are being given much love and devotion. Enjoy it without becoming dependent on it. I think also with all this fiery energy, I'm also hearing that you are about to get the accolades that you received. Like you may have been stalting. Is that the fucking word? Stalling. Stalt? What is this? Halt? Maybe I'm mixing them up. Yeah, stalt is not a word. Stalt, stalling, halting. I think I'm combining halting and stalling. You may have been slowing yourself down in your journey just through the years. Is stilting the word? What is this? Stilt? No, no, motherfucker. No. Halting or stalting. Stop. Anyway, you may have been like slowing yourself down and holding up your progress. This is multi-directional, right? So I'm like, this is something that has kept you bogged down from all sides. I think that's why I'm getting all the words mixed up. But what that is maybe needing an affirmation from someone you deem above you to let you know you've done a good job. And with this Prince of Wands on the bottom of the deck, I just don't think that anybody that you've had around you is capable of giving you that okay. Um, at least an earnest one from the heart. And I think that you may have just been around a bunch of people who couldn't recognize your greatness because they just were unable to. They were unable to give you the love and the affirmation that you were looking for. So you were hidden in the dark for a while, and you were hidden away from the eye of yourself because your peers and your community weren't able to see you fully the way you knew to see yourself. Like maybe even if you were given affirmations, I'm getting a feeling of it was never enough because you weren't recognizing, they weren't able to recognize what you may have recognized deeper unconsciously. Hope you're following me on that because what comes is this love, devotion, admiration that completely rocks and changes your world. Now, again, if you're worried about monies, if you're worried about, I think that you're bound to receive some bounty. Like, I don't see. I know the six of discs, but the six of discs and the dicks, the six of discs, the six of discs in this deck might be talking about finances, but I know they usually, I know they usually do, but I don't. It says external manifestation of the inner success transformation. Be open to your success. It's no less a gift. I don't think it is no less than a gift you can learn to accept thankfully and humbly. Real success only comes when you have learned to serve. Success under these conditions enriches your soul. Being my self-acceptance and self-confidence are the keys to real success. So if this coming out and you're not positioned, I think something that has shifted with you, Paul, one has caused it's like a hack. It's like whatever has shifted for you allows you to not have, you're no longer in your way. It doesn't matter if you accept yourself because you have, but it doesn't matter if you struggle with those day-to-day mental things, of confidence. I know at the beginning of the reading, I said you had the confidence boost. So maybe what they're saying is you're not struggling with your confidence anymore. You're not struggling with going after your creations or your dreams anymore. That part is just dismantled. And now you're in a position to receive that love back and let that love change and transform your world, you know? I'm going to read a little bit more because we're ending the reading. We're about to be on the outcome, and I'm just so happy for you. Timmy, Timmy, Timmy. Mm. Okay, let's see here. The sun says the fulfillment of your wishes. The fulfillment of your wishes is possible here and now. Relax and give yourself up to the dance. The right partners find each other. That also might be a message. The right partners will find each other. Yeah, I think that you're finally connecting to your tribe, your people, your persons, things that light you up on the inside. Here we go. Burning off karma, travel, liberation from bondage, cosmic union, completion. Yeah, dude. New phase. Okay. Spirit wants you to know luck, your luck is changing. New phase of life commencing. You will be worshiped. That is what I'm hearing. Yes, love and devotion, but you will be worshiped. Like God incarnate and shit. Like you will be worshiped for all that you are able to give to the world. Um, and that is an amazing feeling. I think many people shy away from that feeling. Many people shy away from that because it makes them feel more, they don't feel worthy of that worship. And I believe that you are worthy of this worship. Um, and you know that because you have started to worship yourself. You have started to you've already been putting yourself first in front of everybody. So the universe is just following suit. With your outcome card, you have the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. Now, prudence is a word that I forget. I know, I think, is that not like being like, not stingy, but money savvy? Yeah, savvy. Savvy. Well, the ability to govern and discipline oneself by the use of reason, caution or circumspection. Okay, period, 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 period. Skill and good judgment in the use of resources. Okay, whatever you're about to receive, because there was a message of that. They were like, don't spend it too fast, or one of these cards that one of these cards said it. Oh yeah, the luxury card. Like, don't get addicted to it or don't know how to use it for what it is or whatever. I think that this windfall, this emotional luxury translates physically because you've been affirmed of that. And in the past, you might not have been the best with like managing people, managing your finances, managing your time. I just want you to know that spirit is asking you as a light request. It's not even, excuse me, it's not even a light request. It's more so like a soft warning, or like not a warning. It's just, hey, heads up, if you can, keep in mind to walk confidently and keep things in check. But I also am hearing that the outcome is you confidently starting this new lifestyle, this new venture with the discernment, with the belief in your ability. Like, you will naturally know how to manage yourself in this phase of life, because this phase of life is in alignment for you. This next phase, that what is coming for you is in such alignment for you that you won't have to worry about those negative habits, negative patterns before, because this new lifestyle is more in alignment with how you naturally interact with the physical world. So, congratulations, pile one. That is your reading. I really hope it resonated. Let me know if it did. I genuinely enjoyed it. So, I will see you in the next one. Okay. All right. So I've already shuffled. I've shuffled and cut the deck. I just haven't pulled up my seven. If you chose this card, the letter card, this is your reading. What an awesome song to get for your reading to start. So 27 or 7277 could be significant for you. I was about to say the Illuminati could be significant. I don't know why. I've never noticed that pyramid. Can you fucking focus? Focus. Trying to do what those girls do, but it's just like not working. Anyway, the Illuminati, or just illumination in general, conspiracy theories, um, communication, could be relevant, but let's read it. So that's 27. Oh, cool. I just went to it. Communications, talk, news, private information, trust, official document. Hearing cease and desist. I hope that's not for you. But maybe you're serving someone a cease and desist. I don't know. Let's get into it. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. Well, let's see. So obviously, before I get into it, actually, I'm getting a lot from this card. This is like a mixed pile. These are timeless readings, and I plan on keeping these up for a while. So who knows what in 2030, if YouTube is still around, what someone is getting messages about. But I'm very, very drawn to the pyramid and the eye on the pyramid. I know that we on dollar bills, right? Do I have a dollar in the track showing? I feel like on some of the money we should be having, like, we should have a pyramid on one of the dollars or something, like a dollar bill. So like there could be money coming in the mail, or mail messages about money, messages about. I'm also, that Zeitgeist movie is coming to my mind right now. So, yeah. Um, but yeah, communications, messages, talks. For some of you, official documents, not official like court papers, though that could apply. More so officials. I don't know why. Cease and desist. Maybe you talk about some things you shouldn't be talking about online, though free you. Like, you're free to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Um, Maybe your controversial message, or a message that is unique, is coming your way. But that's why we have the tarot cards there. So let's get into it. Um, okay. You can't make, I just got chills because you can't make this shit up. Your first card is the Knight of Swords. If that, I just, whoa. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. This card is kind of alien. This pile two, you're kind of alien. You know, in pile twos and some of my other pick a card readings, whoa, whoa. Whoa, I am getting like really weird chills on my body, and like little zingers everywhere right now. Um, so yeah, like from the head to my toes, spiritual communication is huge. You have the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Up under that is the Chariot and the Five of Wands. So I think what I'm getting from this Emperor right now is Spirit, because you also have the Empress that came out. Spirit, there's a few messages here. The first one was that you are protected. Know that you are empowered and protected, but also you have someone who is going to that to protect you. Typically the Emperor can sometimes mean like masterful creative pursuits on like the Andy Warhol. I can't even think of this guy's name, the guy with the foot fetish. Fuck, what's his name? Um, um, I can't even think of his name, yo. Like, Donnie Tarantino, is it Quentin Tarantino? Anyway, obviously that has nothing to do with this, but sometimes the emperor can mean that right now. I'm just reading it for you. It's pioneer, discoverer, leader, initiative, creative wisdom, great leadership qualities, urge for action, adventurousness, etc., etc. I'm really drawn to the affirmation, which is I trust my power, I rule by serving, and I serve by ruling. This is a propitious moment for a change or a new beginning. Trust your own energy, move with it. At the bottom of the deck, I don't know if the definition really applies to what I'm picking up here, which is you are protected. There's someone who is there for you to protect. I mean, who is protecting you, like a guide or a physical person. You do have someone going to bat for you. I have heard that clearly. But they also want you to maybe say that affirmation. I trust my power. I rule by serving, and I serve by ruling. You may have just gotten, I don't know how I get this in these pick a card readings. I be feeling kooky, but at the end of the day, I have seen a lot of crazy shit. So I don't know why I'm gaslighting myself. That is probably interference. Because when I look at this right away, there's a lot of spiritual communication. I'm like also hearing like spiritual marriages, like astral traveling is coming up for me right now. Like maybe you've been astral projecting or doing something that requires you to have your foot in both worlds, or in one here and the other in many. Um, but let's get into it. I don't know. You have the Knight of Swords for the situation. You have the Knight of Swords clarified by the Eight of Wands. Like, there's not much I can say other than you're about to receive a message very quickly. Goal-oriented, ambition, flexible intellectual powers. Okay. You're in a good position to now forge plans, set goals, and bring them to fruition. I know my goal and I know what I'm working towards. Each goal is just a milestone. Yeah, in this particular deck, they're not all about making the knights messengers. Um, yeah, they don't talk about that at all in here. And I'm just saying, for me, the Knight of Swords will always be clear, quick communication. It says he has remarkable powers of concentration. Thoughts and ideas come to him with lightning speed. He is a master of imaginative and flexible thinking, which he uses to achieve his goals. The four propellers refer to the four heavenly directions that indicate the power of thought is bounded by neither time nor space. Okay. Yeah. This is you have received a spirit, like a message or a download, like you could be a channeler. Um I think you're about to receive confirmation that what you're doing or what you have done with this gift is so, one, seriously needed, but something that is seen or received. Like the letter right now is coming to me as a confirmation, because you have that with the Eight of Wands, which means whatever type of communication, it comes in quick. It's coming in quick. And which is so interesting is that in your not position, we have the High Priestess and the Eight of Swords. And I'm reading that as whatever it is, it's not that your intuition is being fucked with. You're not crazy for communicating internally with whatever that is and receiving something back. I think that maybe you have spooked yourself recently, or like maybe you've been also gaslighting yourself, because I'm trying to gaslight myself in this reading. Maybe I'm picking up on that energy, but you're not kooky, you're not crazy. No one's fucking with your head. You're not fucking with your head. Like, this is true communication inside and outside. So spirit, I guess, really wants to tell you, pile, to expect more communication and also communicate more and follow that gut feeling about whatever it is you may need to say. I'm almost clear. I'm almost like not clarifying. I'm almost called to clarify some more, but I'm gonna try to get into this reading some more before I pull out the clarifiers. Oh well, the clarifiers. Because at that right now, I'm still feeling like I'm just being nosy. But what it is death and the Empress. I don't know why this is reading as an end to the Matrix as you know it. It is not fully conceptualized enough to impact the masses this fast, but it will have an impact on the world and how we see it. I don't know, Paul, too. You have some very, very, very deep and intuitive messages that you've been receiving, as well as confirmation of those messages with the quickness. You could be channeling Nostradamus, you could be channeling or talking to your guides. And maybe I heard this earlier and I'm going to say it right now. They also want you to write these predictions, write these channels out, write these inner knowings out and put them out, because I think that they will help a lot of people. I hope this is resonating. This is super not at all what I anticipated for this reading, but um that's what it's saying. So yeah, we have the Death card and the Empress. I just am seeing right now, I heard death, like an end to this matrix as you know it. And I also am hearing we know it, but it's really you. And this is not your first rodeo. I think you've already been made aware. Like, that's why I was called to this. I'm getting this zeitgeist, anti-matrix, anti, blah, like vibe, like this conspiracy theorist vibe from you, Paul, too. So I think maybe conspiracy theorists have been infiltrated. The word has been stolen, and it no longer means what it used to mean, when actually, like, the theorist caused people to critically think. And I think your perspective would cause people to critically think. And with the Emperor and the Empress coming out, there's such a nurturing spirit. Like, she's balancing between these two moons. And I'm just called to see that the divine feminine, and just there's also like an egg behind her. And if you can see that she has like these ores and these layers, this is also like like excuse me, labial, vaginal. There's something about this that's very pussy. Um, and so it's almost like, no matter what position you hold, no matter what position of power you hold, you're always protected by the water and the womb covering of the mother. This death card also, I'm also hearing with this death card, is that you have to choose a side. Because life is ever changing, right? So you can always, don't be afraid to contradict yourself. But what I'm hearing is you have to, I think you're being encouraged, really, to fully immerse yourself in this type of talking, this type of communication, this type of saying. Like, be okay with being the odd one out. Be okay with being different. Also be okay with being at odds with people. And if you are at odds with people right now, due to what it is you know, or what it is you've been saying, that will pass. That will pass. So for your outcome, we have the Four of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Let's get into it. The Ace of Wands. High, strong energy transformation. You are full of power and energy. Engage fully in discovering where and how you can and want to use it. So that's clarifying this Four of Swords. I'm having to read with these because I just want to make sure, like, there are several layered messages in here, and I just want to make sure this is helpful for you. Pile 2. Pile 4. Pile 2. Excuse me. Jupiter and Libra, calm, centered clarity, spiritual cleansing, integration, expansion. Yeah, maybe you have really been, maybe there's some, I should not. I am, oh, I'll just say it. I'll say it at the risk of sounding kooky myself so that maybe I can lead by example. But maybe you've been gaslit by your area that has, I am not a professional. I'm not giving medical advice, but like I don't think you're as extreme as those people who suffer from schizophrenia. You may suffer from it, or I don't say you may be diagnosed with it because not all schizophrenics suffer, um, especially if they have a healthy support system. But I have this weird feeling, and I'm very pulled to say that there are some people around you that aren't trustworthy to the degree that they make themselves see. I think there's some energies that I'm like tapping into that may be getting off on making you feel crazy. They don't even care how what this is about one way or the other. Um, which is interesting because going back to the what it's not with the High Priestess and the Eight of Swords, I don't think this is you being incorrect about your intuition. I think everything is pretty linear tonight, and it's coming across like um you're not misguided. Um I don't think anyone's out to get you per se, because what it is just you're experiencing transformation and you may be repelling things that no longer serve you and seeing it in a heightened intent. Like you may be receiving these messages and are receiving them and moving around them in a very intense way. But all I know is your outcome, going back to that Four of Swords, you'll be safe. I think if you use your power to wield safety around yourself, like I was saying in this Empress card, and with the Emperor card, those energies that I'm picking up on that want you to feel wild will kind of cease. You're very clear-minded. You will feel, if you trust these messages, you will feel safer than not trusting them. There we go. The reason why you feel maybe off, or if you've been feeling off, is because you are gaslighting yourself. And in turn, there are people who are participating in that fuck you fest. And that's where the danger and the paranoia may come from. But if you just trust the messages that you're receiving and the communications that you're receiving and allow yourself to accept these clear confirmation signs that what you know is happening and what you know is going to happen, and also share that, I think you will be very empowered by that. Empoweress. Like you're going to be very empowered by just truly believing yourself. So you have to believe yourself first. You have to know yourself first. You have to know that these messages are given to you for a reason. Whoa, what is this? Because the affirmation on the screen is I am at peace with myself. Oh yeah, that's for the Four of Swords. I am at peace within myself. The question says what supports or what hinders your clarity. So it says check your surroundings and rearrange them to support calm and centeredness. Yeah, I think that reminds me, it's kind of echoing this death card for me, where I think that you are experiencing an intense transformation into your power up, and maybe you're just not you're just, maybe you're very great at intergalactic communication. I love you, Paul, too. I'm gonna stop it there. Um, if this at all resonated with you, please let me know. I'm down to even do a reading about it for you because I'm very curious. I was not anticipating or expecting that message. So it was very cool. Like I said, I love you and I will see you in the next one. Hi, Paul 3. I haven't said anything. I am liking this new format, by the way. Like, I'm really liking it. It only takes like 30 seconds to set up each recording, so I might do it like this. Moving forward, it's really dope. I'm really into it. I don't hate it. I'm fucking with it a lot. I can't wait to have my own radio station so that I can have a license to play what I want, though these mixes are great. And DJs make the world spin like them records. Okay, bet. So, if you chose pile 3, this Lily card, this reading is for you. Interesting. We have, I don't know if this is a K. I'm sure this is a K. But this Lily card is pile 3. The only number on here is 30 and the letter K. Someone named Lily can be important. I think it's very interesting that 30 reduced down to 3, and this is pile 3. I love when things like that happen. I have shuffled your cards and I've cut them. I have not chosen them yet, and we will do that soon. I don't know much about Lily other than Lilith and other than like Lily being the protective plant. Let's look it up first before we get the meaning from the Leonard. Lily, spiritual meaning. Or like, I'm also going to look at purity, innocence, and rebirth. Get out of here. Are you serious? Acknowledge the sorrow and pain of loss while simultaneously offering hope for renewal and transition. Spiritual psychological states, mind representing spiritual growth. You know what? I'm going to look up Gerd Ziegler. That's what I'm, not Gerd Ziegler, Scott Cunningham. I'm interested to see if he has it in his magical herbs and what it's used for magically for you guys before I read the definition. Hi, John the Conqueror root. I don't know how I got just straight there, but maybe you need to know about that. Elemental, okay. Hopefully, I don't think it'll happen. I always wondered if I would outgrow having to say the alphabet to know where anything frickin' is, but here we go. Liquid Ember. L-I-L, please. L-I, Lily of the Valley. Okay, so which one is it? I mean, here it is. So we have the gender is feminine, the planet is the moon. Deities, Venus, Juno, Kuan Yin. Element water, protection. That's what I was wondering. Protection, breaking love spells. Plant lilies in the garden to keep away ghosts and evil. Protect against the evil eye and to keep unwanted visitors from your home. Lilies are also good antidotes to love spells. For this purpose, a fresh lily should be worn or carried. This breaks love spells which have been cast involving a specific person. To bring clues in solving a crime committed in the past year, bury an old piece of leather in a bed of lilies. The first white lily of the season will bring strength to him or her who finds it. I am interested in this lily of the valley because they look alike. No, but I'm pretty sure this is just that lily. All right, so protection, renewal, purity. I don't see anything about that in the Scott Cunningham book, but let's move on. What is this saying? Because I don't know much about it, so I can't. Whoa, I just opened straight up to it. That's so spooky. It says serenity, sensuality, sex, ethics, virtue, moderation, wisdom. This is a clusterfuck, pile 3. Like, I don't know if you're going through anything, but like, this is the trinity of the Holy Trinity. We have the slut, the whore, the mother, and the virgin. That's how it's coming across right now. The whore, the mother, and the virgin, and finding all of those things within yourself. So maybe what Spirit wants you to know, or is I'm hearing let the changes change you. Let the things that have happened change you into what it is you are to become. But let's get into it. Let's just get into it. Serenity, sexuality, sex, ethics, virtue, moderation, wisdom. Yeah, let's just see what they have to say. This is why we have tarot cards. Like I was saying, thank you again for your patience. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You could be seeing 3, 3, 3, 3 anywhere. The moon at the bottom of the deck, which is the planet. Whoa, right? Isn't that what he said? It said the planet is the moon for Lily. Moon on the bottom of the deck. Whoa. Let's get into it. Oh, whoa. Sex magic. Hello. Infinite waters. Oh my goodness. Whoa, this is not. Yeah, let the changes change you, babe. Oh, this is nasty. You nasty. Oh my gosh. Oh shit. It's ugly. Okay, this is a cute reading. I'm gonna have to figure it out. This is so specific. Whoa. So much. On the bottom of the deck, energies. There's a lot of great energy surrounding you, Pile 3. Though it's not mentioned in the lily flower, I don't know, maybe I read it once and just like held way too long into it, into what I read before, but I was totally told that lilies got their name from Lilith. I mean, it's literally in her name. So Lilium, Lilia, Lily, Shoshana, Lily. What does it mean? I'm looking at the etymology. It was in a book I read, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's Shoshana. It's Old Hebrew. The little root is shared by Hebrew elite. Sorry. All night long. Anyway, I won't linger too long with it. I'm gonna have to find that book and reference it later. Excuse me. But yeah, Pile 3. With this moon card, I feel like you have unlocked Pandora's box in the best possible way. Like you've unlocked Pandora's box in the most positive way. That I don't even know if that's a positive saying. Is Pandora's box always bad? A process that generates many complicated problems as a result of unwise interference in something. Okay, Jesus. A prolific source of problems. Uh-oh. A lot of new problems that you did not expect. She gave into her card. You know that story, if you can read between the lines, first of all, it's anti-feminine, and I'm seeing a lot of girl boss pussy power here in this reading. So yeah, you've opened up Pandora's box, but not to no detriment of yourself. And I think that when I was saying earlier about letting the changes change you, I think you should walk more in that power. But you do have a lot of intense energies around you. This moon card has me really feeling like you have accessed a new, just scooched up right to it. Wrong turn, delusion, burning off karma, interaction of struggle with the subconscious, thresholds of new levels of subconscious. You have heard the call of the unknown. You are on the threshold of a new experience. Pay attention now to the voice of your heart and scrutinize calmly and carefully the offers of assistance and guidance you may receive. It's always darkest just before the dawn is the affirmation. Yeah, I'm not saying you've opened Pandora's box to scare you, Paul 3, but I am saying that you have just, you've tamped, I'm using really nasty words. I'm not trying to, I promise. It's late at night, but damn, hold on. The name of this deck is called Malefique, and I want to know what that means because I was just pulled to that. Definition. I can't read. I don't know. Can we translate this? Something about the occult. It says endowed with a harmful and occult action. Malefic. Evil. Whoa. All right. Okay. All right. Hold on. Just give me some. This might be a really long reading, y'all, because I'm not getting the spooky vibes, bro. Like, under the moon is all of this positive shit, and it just goes on for cards and cards and cards and cards and cards and cards and cards. Like, it's all fantastic right under the moon. And so that is pulling me to believe that you may be scared of your own shadow. Yes, you have opened Pandora's box. I think you have dealt with some very intense energies recently, or like maybe you've dabbled into things, or maybe this is an introduction into the occult for you. You could be new into it. I don't run across that often, but that is also a possibility. And you could be coming into this new formed understanding with a lot of old beliefs, and so you need to let what has changed. You need to let what has happened change you, and not hold on to what was before. Right? Because for your situation, we have the Wheel of Fortune, but we also have the Devil, and it's like they exist like this. I mean, you can clearly see what this Devil card is, but he's ramming his cock right up into this hole, and it would be a perfect fit if not for this wheel and the gears getting things in motion. So I don't know. There's a little message in there of like the old gears or the old ways things were moving for you are kind of blocking this like villain era that is good for you. The Wheel of Fortune, I don't typically say this often because I like to look at the Wheel of Fortune in a positive light, but in the context of this reading, I really think especially with the moon being on the bottom of the deck, you really don't know how this love magic that you use is going to go. I think that was an important part to read that stuff because the Two of Cups did come out. I don't think I'm not seeing a lot of swords, so there's not like mental confusion. This is all like we have cups and pentacles, and then we end with fire. So there's no real thoughts about it. I think you're in the process of just taking it as it comes, this new experience, but there's a lot of ups and downs and random things. It has like a voodoo energy to it. If you've ever read the book Urban Voodoo, he describes in the first few chapters like his experiences with it, and it's given me the energy like with that. Like, you kind of never know how it's gonna go when you're going in blind. And I think that's what I think Spirit is trying to get you to feel. One, acknowledge that that's what's happening, but two, maybe get you to correct your perspective so that you can have some spiritual power and dominion over yourself and at least your home life, right? Because what it's not is Nine of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. So that's literally gaining love is what the words are, but it's not. That is so loud all of a sudden. Yeah, it's like not you. You're not. Yeah, this is. I'm getting like. I don't like to say baby witch, but it just seems like you've tried new things, or you've reached out to a new deity, or you've done something new that has created new results and new actions that you are not fully used to. And I think that maybe you did something for love, maybe you did something for money, and it isn't manifesting in the ways that you thought. And in fact, you may be having some really scary experiences. But I think Spirit wants you to know that your true goal of satisfaction and having all of your cups overfilled, because you have the Ten of Cups here with your What It Is card, to have like every cup filling one of each other and constantly overflowing and constantly flowing and in harmony. You may have to let go of this particular energy. And as you see, this pentacle is reversed, which is like Baphomet or the devil, which came out in the same row, right? There's some trickster spirit energy here, but there's also, I think it can only go as far as you let it. And I think that your fear about the situation, your fear of getting the results you asked for and you manifested, is causing you to thwart the experiment or thwart the progress of your experiment. I didn't get to pull cards or clarifiers last time, but I think I'm going to do that this time for you guys. So, Spirit, before we finish this reading, let's get a rundown and some clarifiers for the first pile. I'm in the first row. Just need a card. I knew this was gonna happen. Yeah, you've had some spooky things happen, huh? Like I said earlier, you're scared of your own shadow, and that's real tea. Like, I know people, I have seen some crazy shit that didn't always make me feel good. Luckily, I've been safe, but I get you. Like, there's some very spooky, creepy, dark, and I don't like to use dark in a negative connotation because I'm black, but there is something about being afraid of what you're not able to see, and you've gone to the left side, or you're in the unknown right now, and it's almost like it's going to take your eyes some time to adjust, and that means your spiritual eye, it's going to take some time to adjust. Also, I'm feeling pulled to tell you the story about Mr. A Square. And I don't know if you know the story about Mr. A Square, but Mr. A Square lives on a 2-dimensional plane, right? So imagine a 4-dimensional or 3-dimensional entity going to the land of the 2D to try to interact with Mr. A Square. And I guess in the story, when the 3D conscious spirit goes to interact with A Square, all it comes across is as like demonic and really, really scary warbles and grunts, and he has to go through this transformation process to be able to assimilate to the experience, if that makes sense. I hope I'm using assimilate right. You know, I'm gonna check. Assimilate. Take in information, ideas, or code. Yeah, assimilate fully to what is happening in his experience. So imagine on this same 2D plane, Mr. A Square finally understands and is able to look at, like, I don't know, I just look it up. Look up Mr. A Square. Let's see if we can find it online, just so I'm not going to send you on a wild goose chase. Mr. A Square. Flatland. I think this is a book. It's a satirical novella, but it's a good book. It's a story about a two-dimensional universe told by one of its inhabitants, a square, who is introduced to the mysteries of the three-dimensional space by a sphere. That's kind of what's happening here. That concept is what's happening here. It also is in the introduction of this Gnostic handbook that I have, which I am totally willing to offer to you, Pile 3, if it is helping. If it would help you in this journey and help you understand the mysteries of the universe just a tad bit more. Because what we're experiencing here is newfound energies, newfound things that you have maybe spent a lot of time in your previous form demonizing. And Spirit is really encouraging you to change your perspective or just allow yourself to change and grow. Let's get a clarifier for the second row. Okay, nature spirits. See, as opposed to this spirit. Hold on, let me keep going. Clarifier for the third row spirit. That's interesting. Yeah, okay. And then last outcome spirit. Okay, cool. All right, past life. Okay. So in the what it's not, again, we have the 9 of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups. So these are both very like positive generating feelings, right? And like I was saying before, like if you can get through this being afraid of the dark phase, there is so much more in store for you. Check out my Lilith love song on my page. Like that song could possibly help you. Because what we have here, you know, clarifying this is this nature spirit. And I mean, these are both spirits, but like which one looks like you, which one looks more friendly? And that's why the eyes can be deceiving, because if this is still just you, like why are you scared of that? But she could eat you even though she's pretty, right? So I think maybe you had this idea of either something going fully one way and it being beautiful and only love, light, high vibrations, only things that make you feel good, and things that make you feel good or think you feel think you feel good are two different things. You know, things that make you feel good will make you your whole mind, body, and spirit feel good, going back to that 3. But things that just make your mind feel good aren't always the best thing for you. I'm gonna move on with the what it is. We have the 10 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles. I think, again, I do see you are being poured into. You are all of the energies that you have petitioned, all of the entities, energies that you have called in are pouring into you. I think that they're pouring in so much, so fast that you might be, because we get the full moon again, and I think that's just referencing this moon. I just don't think that you're able to really discern that much given either the state of how it's presenting itself or your fear. This 5 of Pentacles card is called worry, but I kind of want to read it because all right, here we go. It says cares, brooding, pessimism, survival fears, problematic communication. When you've drawn this card, you're ready to look at your situation as it is. You now have an opportunity to free yourself by initiating the necessary discussion, either with yourself or with partners. Only clear and open communication will facilitate progress. I am straightening out my life. When I read that, I also heard that you may be afraid to acknowledge your fears because you don't want them to have power over you. But I'm like, the way you're moving, they're kind of having power over how you're experiencing this. I'm going to read this part. It says the symbols on the 5 discs can be explained this way. The red triangle, your own energy is blocked. The yellow triangle, your thoughts keep revolving around finding a solution, a way out, a breakthrough. Light blue crescent, the situation touches the depths of your subconscious. It goes right through you. Black oval, black hole, no way out, hopelessness. Blue circle, your inner wisdom admonishes you to do something. The problem in this situation is that you remain idle while at the same time tormenting yourself with your entangled thoughts. Interestingly enough, like I was saying earlier, there's not a lot of swords here, so there's not a lot of intellect, not calling you dumb or anything, but there's not a lot of really weird over-analyzing anxiety that is happening. This is like a full-fledged feeling of just heaviness that I'm picking up from how you're perceiving your reality. But luckily, the outcome, we have the Nine of Wands, which is in this card strength, in this deck strength, which I think is a good card to have because you see that this moon is no longer full. It's in a balanced state where you can have both the sun and the moon out at once. There's balance here, right? There's balance and harmony and strength in knowing what the fuck is going on. You also have with that the Two of Wands, which is dominion. This is what I was saying earlier. Like, you'll be able to. Also, baby, I passed the 10 of Cups and I saw radiating. Let things develop by themselves. Everything comes to you at the right moment. But the radiating word like pinged out to me, and it makes me feel like this newfound light that you've gotten, this new lunar light that you've gotten, is like moths to a flame on both the physical and the spiritual plane. So just be careful. Not be careful because you have something to worry about. I don't think so if you continue to learn and do things for yourself, right? I'm just checking this out. It says power gained through unifying the unconscious and conscious energies, wholeness. You are in the process of discovering your real strength. Trust your inner guide. This is going back to, again, what I was saying with the lily. You need to let these changes change you. All of this, the cool thing about the Wheel of Fortune, that even if you feel like you're on the bottom side of the wheel, it'll go back to the top. You have to go. Trust me. Like, you have to go through this. I've never seen this before. I'll just stop it here. But like, so this is the moon. Right under that, Ace of Pentacles, Princess of Wands, Six of Swords, Chariot, Princess of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups, Ten of Swords, which is the worst that has already happened has happened, and it's like a better outcome, right? The Magician, the Tower, the Queen of Cups, Do What Thou Wilt, the Sun. Like, I think all of these cards together just kind of, not that they're all at the bottom of the deck, but this is pulling this energy. I almost feel like this is what's really hidden behind the moon when the sun comes out. So if you can just go through this transformation, go through these new energies, get to know these new changes really well, that you will be just fine. You will be just fine. In fact, you'll be eternally blessed. The clarifier that came out, though, is this talisman. And right now, the talisman, it could be a key, it could be anything, but I think you need to have, if you've ever seen Inception, you need to have a spinning top. You need to have something that you set the intention as your spiritual protection, or set the intention as your grounding tool to come back to reality, and ask your guides, your spirit team, your ancestors, your divine, to place protection in that talisman and carry it with you so that you can ground. You know, maybe you do need some crystals, like grounding crystals, to kind of come back to reality, or go into a reality where you feel safe. That's all I have for you, Pile 3. This one was pretty long. I really hope you enjoyed it. If it resonated, let me know. If you need more clarification about what's going on in your specific situation, because this is a general message I am trying to channel for a bunch of people here, or for maybe not a bunch, but a few people here. So it could resonate differently for everybody. But if it resonated and you want more information, please hit me up for that book. I have the Gnostic Handbook. I will email you a PDF. I thoroughly hope you enjoyed this reading. I love you so much. You are safe. This is all love. This is all real. This is all you. So take that, and though things may be getting knocked around and shit is spooky, trust yourself. This situation is going to show you how to utilize your power. Okay, Paul 3? I love you so much. I will see you later. So, hi, Paul 4. Excuse me. I'm gonna just light this little piece of rose on fire. I don't remember if that will work as protection, but it's gonna have to work right now, because I'm not gonna give a gab about Paul 3. If you want to know, go see it. I just want to get something in the air that can help me, even as an offering for them. It's not the best. It's not the best or worst smell. It's just rose. So, I have shuffled. I have not pulled your cards yet. But let's get into it. If you chose this ship, can you see it? There we go. If you chose this ship, this is your reading. The numbers 3, 10, or 13 could be significant for you. These are turbulent waters. There's obviously, oh, I'm hearing something about, things, turbulent waters and high winds and stormy skies. Ships wouldn't really be able to propel quickly toward their destination without him. If you can see that this storm is behind him and he's pushing fast with all that wind that came from that storm, it's almost like it's kind of echoing the message I just got in pile 3, but it's almost like, don't think too hard about the outside world. Like, you're moving forward and you're going with haste and quick, not haste, but in haste. Not that I'm feeling a need to contradict myself with the haste does not make waste in this sense for you guys. I'm also noticing that the lights are on and only like, oh my God, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I got really spooked by this cord. Forgive me. I'm really, let's see if I can use one of my old incense sticks to point it out, but you see how these all are like holes so people could be doing something. Nobody is manning the ship. Everybody is inside the boat, just letting nature run its course and the ship do its thing. So there could be a message for you there in just letting things happen the way they're supposed to happen, because they're going to happen whether or not you're there running the show or not. But let's read the deck. Let's read the card definition. It's card number 3. New openings, adventure, traveling, departure, farewell. Yeah, you're moving forward, and it's not something you can't do anything about it. You're about to move on to cooler and better things, different areas. You're about to get out of whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I feel bad because I forgot to clarify this in the second and third pile. Because I'm using Linimerd, I'll say that this is like messages you need to know right now. Like, I think this applies to your situation in the now, whenever you're receiving this message, or the near future around the time you get this message. So you're about to move. As somebody who obviously would love to be in your position, like, congratulations, you're about to move on up out of here, or to your next phase, like, maybe leaving, going to a different job. Wow, amazing. Another 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay. Oh, this is such good news. Okay, spoke too soon. Not that it's bad news, but I'm gonna give you the best information I can. I will need clarifiers because that was a whammy. Interesting. You also got the 6 of Swords that just came out. Okay, this is a very interesting reading. I mean, like, this the array of cards. What's on the bottom of your deck, Energy? Queen of Cups. Oh, okay. And the Wheel of Fortune. That's just on the other. That was just in the other deck. Yeah, my friend. Give me a second. Give me a second, my friend. I don't know I don't think you were too happy about moving forward. So I might be sensing that, because the big thing hasn't happened and the big thing is not going to happen. Either the big thing has happened and you've made peace with it and you're moving forward, or this thing that you need to happen to justify moving forward, this conflict that you need to happen to justify moving forward, is just not going to happen. So this is going to have to be initiated by you. But the lucky thing is, the card that you got coming out to begin with, I am telling you, you were already on the journey. You never actually anchored down. This was always just slow winds for you. Whatever this situation is for you, Power 4, this was always just a cog in the machine, or a blip in time, or just some like a pastime. I don't want to make light of feelings here, but it was never something to be incredibly attached to. I'm looking at the clock and it's coming up as 321. So this was always being a countdown. There was always a countdown in the back of your mind. There was always a countdown. There was always like a knowing that this would pass. With the Queen of Cups going to this at the bottom of the deck, there is a need to, whoa, Madonna. I have never seen, hi Raven, I have never seen this woman's face like this before. Right now it's giving someone who is supposed to be veiled is being seen through. Something that was supposed to be mysterious has become quite unmysterious, quite common. Granted, that's not what the Queen of Cups means. I think that both things are relevant. She has a lily in her hand. Oh my God, this is also like, that's wild. Is this lily of the valley, or is it a lily? What's the difference? What's a lily pad? Do you know? I don't know. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Oh, is that a lotus? Okay, so a lily is a lotus. A water lily is a lotus. Let's go to Scott Cunningham and see if we have lotus in here, because I'm interested. Yeah. Lotus, feminine, moon, water. That's crazy. Protection, lock opening. The lotus has long been revered in the East as a mystical symbol of life, spirituality, and the center of the universe. The ancient Egyptians considered the plant to be sacred, and the lotus was used as an offering to the gods. Anyone who breathes in the scent of a lotus will receive its protection. Place a root of lotus under the tongue and say the words Sine Argus toward a locked door, and it will miraculously open. Lotus seeds and pods are used in antidotes to love spells, and any part of the lotus carried or worn ensures blessings by the gods and good luck. Right now, this is kind of echoing that message that I was getting from the ship card, which is you were going to be moving regardless. You were going to be propelled forward by the natural laws of the universe anyway. And so it's probably best for you to get some rest in the cabin where everyone else is safely sitting in the cabin, and just trust nature to take its course. She got an apple bottom with the jeans. It says, as above, so below. Emotions shown openly, motherhood. By showing your feelings openly, become more beautiful. Okay. There are others. There may be people who don't understand you. Don't concern yourself about it. There are enough others with whom you can share your feelings. My openness and vitality makes me beautiful. Maybe for you, Power 4, this could be a situation in which your authentic self hasn't been able to shine, and you've been really resistant in letting it go. And Spirit wants you to know that was never an option. It was never an option to stay. For your situation, we have the 3 of Pentacles and the Justice card, or the Adjustment card. And I've never noticed this, but we have 3 wheels working. And this is a pyramid, kind of like a pyramid moving on water, almost like a spaceship. It could be water or air that it's hovering, but it reminds me of a UFO right now. And it's moving in a way that nobody thought would work, but it's working. And so that's telling me that you, pile 4, have been able to figure out what works for you to get yourself in a zen space enough to make this decision. What it's not is the Tower and the Two of Swords. So that's saying to me that, I don't know, earlier I heard it like, maybe, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Maybe you were anticipating like a huge ending or a destructive kind of ending, and you had made peace with that. But what has come about is not exactly what you thought it would be, and that's why when what it is, we have the Three of Swords and the Six of Swords. It's almost like you're sad about this transition. You're sad about this moving forward. You're sad about having to let this go. Maybe it wasn't the thing, or maybe you thought you had to let go of some things, but not everything. But you do have to let go of everything because you can't hold on to it. You've only been allotted one suitcase or a couple luggage for this journey on this ship, right? You can't take your entire family, car, Gray, everybody. You can take some things on the ship, but only that can fit in your cabin. Yeah. I don't think that the Tower is anything bad to look at, but whenever I get the Tower and the Prince of Cups and they come out together, they're both in this deck innately sexual, right? So the Tower, I'm not trying to be vulgar, is something that is also represented after ejaculation, right? So this is be like if I don't know what number the devil is. Maybe he's 60 to the deck. Do you know? I don't know. Is it 15? Or is that Temperance? I forget. Maybe it's Devil, Tarot. What's the damn card number? Just show me, motherfucker. Just show me the card, motherfucker. Just show me the card number. Why does nobody have it on there? Yeah, it's 15. Wow. That's crazy. That's wild. Yeah, it's 15. So, the other, which is so interesting, the parallel from pile 3, but the devil is 15 and it's a penis in this deck. So if this is 16, and that means whatever has been created or whatever has been given its all. Everything that it had to give was given, and now we're looking at the after effects of that, and it's like in your what it's not position. So that makes me feel like that's just, it's either not what happened or it didn't happen in the way you thought it was, especially with this all-seeing eye being there. Like, I don't think either you didn't see it coming or it did not happen the way you thought it did. I'm sorry, this could be different for many different people, but it's like the most tangible example is, let's say you're used to being a people pleaser, especially an emotional person, like getting the Queen of Cups, right? You're used to being a people pleaser. You're used to needing a reason or a justification outside of your own self or words to leave, or like you let things get to a point where you're given a physical example of why, or a tangible reason as to why to separate from something or someone. And with this Two of Swords clarifying, it's almost like you had made peace with that. Like you had made peace with going the long route to see if it got worse. But I don't think Spirit is allowing it to get worse, truly. I think that the work that you've done on yourself internally, that process doesn't work. And maybe you may be hung up on the pain of having to be the one or be the bad guy to walk away. And I bring up the sexual part because your outcome is the Prince of Cups and the Ten of Wands, right? So clarified by the Ten of Wands. And the Prince of Cups is all about fulfilling his sexual desires, going after things, sexually liberated, creating the reality, drawing to you, pouring pouring into yourself and your world what you want to receive through a sexual lens. Followed by the Ten of Wands is kind of a doozy. It is a doozy for me. Like, Prince of Cups, here we go. Excuse me, again. Desires, wishes, craving, possibility for transformation. Accept your sexual needs and passions and live them out with awareness. You will discover a lot in this process. Something I said in another reading is, sex is not all about intercourse. It's not all about, it's not always about intercourse. It is just about, it could be simply how you have sex with the divine or how you create with the divine. You can't really create without sexual energy regardless. So people who talk about manifestation, or if you're really big on manifestation but you've been stifled sexually because what has been done, you're holding yourself up. Manifestation, creating your world, even if you're doing all of the PG, writing it down, getting a vision board, that is still you having sex with alternate timelines in parallel universes. And I say that to say that with this oppression card, or with this Ten of Wands card, there's a letting go of that repression. There's a letting go of that held back energy, because that's what it says. It says, whether you are consciously repressing yourself or not, recognize that there's much more which you would like to express, experience, enjoy, and celebrate. Dare. Yeah, I think you have a lot of feelings, and you have a lot. True, the affirmation is, I have a right to follow my feelings and life impulses. You have a lot of things that you've sacrificed for this time to wait, this waiting period. With this person, place, or thing, you have sacrificed a lot to try in order to try to throw the anchor overboard. But the anchor, first of all, you're traveling over deep waters. You're a very deep feeler. You're a very deep person. Your depths know no bounds. So the anchor would never hit the bottom anyway. That's what I think Spirit wants you to know, that you're constantly on a journey. Yes, metaphorically, but for you, especially Power 4, like, you have a destination. This ship has cargo. This ship has travelers. This ship is going somewhere. So, you have somewhere to be. And so staying around and being sad and holding up the process of moving forward. Again, you got that Six of Swords, excuse me. And what it is, mourning the loss of something that was never had is a little bit, it's not selfish. It's almost like the opposite, but not selfless, and it's not good what you're doing. I think you're taking on a lot of someone else's feelings, because had you felt your own feelings, you would be sexually liberated and empowered by this huge moving forward energy that you have surrounding you right now. And okay, so I'm just gonna pull a couple clarifiers. Let's get a clarifier. Right, outcome, thank you. Message. Let's get one for what it is too. Okay, new life. Hey, for what it's not, and for what it is. I'm gonna the situation. Here's one more for the situation. I kind of actually don't want to take that. Sorry, y'all. I just didn't feel like I needed to take it. But if I need to, it'll come back out. Yeah, that's what I thought. And you know what? I'll get it back, because the fact that I don't think that the Divine Masculine is a shadow card. However, I think there's some maybe bending to the will of masculinity way too much and compromising your femininity. Maybe this person had a small dick, you were trying to make it work. Maybe this person has small dick energy. Maybe this thing has little dick energy. And I kind of end up saying this a lot, and it's so interesting that it comes out this much. But for you, Power 4, maybe you're sticking around something that just is not giving you your fullest desires, and is not helping you. It's not helping you in any way. And it's almost compromising your relationship with the divine masculine, because you're trying to do something that doesn't even represent either sides of the spectrum. You're trying to make fetch happen or force something to happen, when you could embrace this new life, this feminine new life that is bound to happen for you. Interestingly enough, we have the message card with 33, so that's that 333 again. And I think that if you allow yourself to see, you'll be getting a lot of confirmation, synchronicities, and divine messages coming in for you that support you in, one, the decision that you're having to make, but two, going to let you know that everything is okay. Like, you do have a right to follow your feelings and follow your life and impulses. You do have a right to experiment and explore yourself and explore your sexuality safely. And you have a right to do that with people. Don't do it with animals. You have a right to do that with objects. Consenting people, obviously. You have a right to do that with your artistry. You have a right to do that. You have a right to feel that way in your job, in your workplace. This is everyone's innate birthright, sex, right? Like, sex is, as well as death, sex is it should be the one only guarantee in your life. Not physical sex, but sexual energy. We all have reproductive organs. We're bound to bunny hop, those are the only life gives you only a few promises, and that's one of them. And whatever situation that you were in, Power 4, was stifling. I done figured that I had a reading where I was like stilting and halting, but stifling. Let's see if that's right. I finally got stifling. Very hot, causing difficulties in breathing, suffocating, making one feeling constrained or oppressed. Wow, it was stifling you. And your outcome, I think you're going to, I was going to say you'll be freed. Spirit is saying you'll be freed, but that's not the case. I think you're going to have to make a choice. That's the choice you have to make, not between whether you stay or go, because you're leaving, but you're going to have to choose to be repressed or be free sexually. You're going to have to be stifled in your expression and authenticity, or not. You're going to have to be okay to be your authentic sexual self. And if you don't know who that is, explore and get to know that person. That's all I have for you, Pile 4. I really appreciate your vulnerability and allowing me to read into your situation, and allowing my guides and your guides to mingle and fuck so that you could get this message. That's another way sex happens. I really hope it resonated. If not in all ways, at least in some. If you need any clarifications or want me to go in depth more about your situation, feel free to shoot me a message, leave me a comment, anything like that. I really do hope you have a phenomenal rest of your life, evening, day, hour, second, night. And if I was sponsored by Adam and Eve, I would totally give you my discount code. I love you so much. Talk to you later.